Welcome to the Transparent FX Academy. I'm Nick and I'm a top author training you with over 190k reputation points. In this video, I'll speak about GBPUSD. And as usual, to keep the video as educational as possible, first I'll cover the technical aspect for this market. Then we will be moving to the order flow by looking at the commitment of traders, which is what the big players in the market are doing and how they're moving and shifting their orders, which you see right here. And by the end of the video, by using the combination of these two different types of analysis, we will try to understand where we have the highest probabilities for the next potential move here for this pair. So this is definitely a video you do not want to miss. So without further ado, let's jump straight into it. Starting here from the monthly time frame, what we can see is that we have a market which at the moment is rejecting to the upside a very strong historical monthly demand and support level. In fact, from here we can notice how every time the market tested the zone, it got rejected to the upside, fueled by strong institutional buying. And we will be speaking about institutional buying in just a few moments when we move to the commitment of traders analysis. But for now, let's keep all of this in mind, and let's also notice that we just had yet another test of this exact same zone. The market is already rejecting the level to the upside. So in a situation like this, more bullish price action could be expected, as already happened in the past when the market was testing this exact same zone and rejecting it to the upside. Let's drop down on the weekly time frame and see what we have. Now, from a weekly standpoint, the price action is very clear. We had a perfect inversion of trend. The market went from the creation of weekly lower lows and lower highs, the definition of a downtrend, to now the creation of higher highs and higher lows. So again, perfect inversion of trend away from that strong institutional buying zone, demand and support zone from a historical perspective, which is exactly at this level here. And the market essentially inverted the trend as a reaction to the test of that level. So far, the market has been behaving exactly as you would expect in a situation like this. Now, the last move here was the creation of a new weekly higher high. The next logical step, if the uptrend is to continue, is to see a correction, higher low, and then a new weekly higher high, essentially the continuation of this weekly uptrend. Let's keep all of this in mind and drop down on the daily time frame. Now, here on the daily, first of all, I did speak about GBPUSD just a few days ago when the market was testing this support zone. I explained all the reasons for which I was expecting this rejection to the upside, which is in fact exactly what the market just gave us. And by the way, I will link in the description that previous analysis so you can go and check it out for more free education. Now, at the moment, what we can notice is that the market also here on the daily has created a massive impulse to the upside, created a new daily higher high, and also here on the daily, no market can just go up in a straight line. After every impulse, at some point, the market will need to correct. Now, in this case, if the correction comes at this level, so at this zone in which the market already was showing strong resistance, essentially we would have previous resistance turn support exactly at this level, which is a zone at which institutions could be adding more longs. Speaking about institutional longing, let's go and see what we have when it comes to the commitment of traders, so what the big players in the market are doing on GBPUSD. Now, the first thing that we have to keep in mind is that if we are looking at the data for the GBP, we're actually already looking at GBPUSD because all currencies on the spot are traded against the USD. And what we can see here is that net positions have been massively increased with the last reports. We went from 6.5k net positions all the way up to 23.9k net positions. So institutions have been moving their balance of essentially longs and shorts more aggressively to the bullish side, expecting more potential bullish price action to be developed. So let's keep this in mind and move back to the chart. By the way, if you still haven't, make sure that you join my free Telegram channel, which you find linked in description. so you never miss new updates. Now back to the analysis. Now in a situation like this, as we have an impulse, if we want to measure the potential correction, we have to take our Fibonacci from the low to the high of the impulse leg. This shows us that if the market will correct to this zone, we actually have confluence of demand and support at this level, because we have the previous resistance turn support, the 0.32 and the 50% retracements all lining up in the same area of price. So when there is confluence of support, there is an increased probability of seeing institutional buying, potentially increasing even more the probabilities of a rejection to the upside, fueled by that institutional longing. So if we will have a correction to this zone, what would I expect? Well, as usual, and as my students know very well, trading is reactive and not predictive. The monthly, weekly, and daily timeframes combined with the COT data, those are the best timeframes when it comes to the directional aspect of the market. However, when it comes to identifying early shifts in the trend of a market, the best timeframes for that are the intraday timeframes, so 4 hour and lower. Therefore, what I would expect is that if this market would shift from an intraday bearish to a bullish market, I wouldn't be surprised to see a potential rejection to the upside away from this level. That definitely wouldn't surprise me. All this free education and analysis that you see me share on YouTube is actually just the tip of the iceberg. If you want to learn more, I really suggest that you head over to the website linked in description, and you will be brought to my website here. I really put together the best trading program on the planet. You can gain access to all my courses from the really basics of charting to the more advanced topics like building portfolios of automated strategies using the MQL programming languages, building portfolios of strategies, and much, much more. You have the possibility to gain access to the trading station software with the Telegram notification integrations, one-on-one mentoring directly with me, the COT data software, which often you see me use in my free analysis. And this is our all-in-one program. So you gain access to everything immediately. You gain access to all my EAs. So essentially you have access to my strategies, which you can then personalize to your own preferences. You gain access to the trading show. And here you basically can see the presentation of each and every one of my EAs. So each and every one of my strategies, which you will have access to. You gain access to the trading show, which is essentially a live stream of all trades as they're happening on my account. So opened, closed, managed, everything in real time. And if you continue to scroll down past the testimonials, you will see that you have the possibility to join and gain automatically access with the email and password that you will create during the sign up process. So I really suggest that you go and check it out. The link is in the description, and I will see you in it. If you enjoyed the video, make sure to click on the like button. Also, let me know in the comments below any new pairs that you would like me to cover in my next videos. Also, any questions you have, leave them in the comments below. Subscribe to the channel so you never miss new updates, and I will see you in my next video.